Jin-Young, and welcome to Hallyujuku, starring Brandon Cooper and myself, PD Rave. This is episode 67. I didn't order any onions. Enjoy. Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku. I'm PD Rave, your man with no plan. Here with me, as always, is my tag team partner, my friend, Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I'm doing pretty goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
Better than most people.
Yes.
Better than some Korean rappers. Oh. No.
Some people are getting 5 years.
Ow.
Don't hurt yourself already. God damn it.
This is a contact sport, ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting.
More dangerous than football. We're gonna have to implement safety. Yeah, concussions. More like butt cushions. You know, it's like concussions to the butt.
When you sit in your chair in one position for an hour or more, like you end up with some problems. Your legs don't really work. You're a bit sweaty in some places that you didn't know could get sweat. Like it's a serious issue. And we need to talk about this, but not on this show. That's for other shows.
That's for other shows. First, on this show, we talk about East Asian pop culture. And of course, as we start every show, the A block of the show is talk about new music. The one big thing that was the big release this week, that again, just like EXO last week, it's just, I feel like we have to talk about it. It's not either one of us our picks. It's just something we just figured we got to comment on, which is,
it's big enough to talk about, but not big enough to pick.
Yeah. It's Sonya Shide, Girls' Generation, with Catch Me If You Can. Now, this is a simultaneous release, because this is apparently their Japanese single, actually, where the Japanese and the Korean versions were released simultaneously, but they're pretty much, the quality is the same on both of them. So Girls' Generation released the Korean and Japanese version simultaneously of a digital single, I guess, called Catch Me If You Can. And it's sort of okay as a song.
Yeah. Which I know has to be hard for you as the Sonya Shide fan, the Girls' Generation fan in the room, so to speak, have to be like, to, be looking forward to something and it kind of not hit that level of quality that you want and that you're used to, especially coming off the last album. Yeah.
And waiting around for like another, okay, so this had a little bit of a hype. Mainly because it's part of their Japanese releases, and historically speaking, their Japanese releases have been more quality, better overall. They've been better overall. And let's talk about
I have that weird thing about the Girls' Generation Japanese stuff where it's just like it weirdly doesn't sound right to me.
But like the stuff, especially the stuff that is exclusive to the Japanese albums, has been overall just better quality, I think. Which is usually what makes me excited about anything they do with their Japanese releases. Let's talk about the good. I would say the good, the visuals are on point. They look amazing. The choreography is awesome. Like the video works well. The visuals are interesting enough. It's, structurally speaking, a dance in a box, but since it's outside on a construction site, it doesn't feel like a dance in a box, obviously. Just because
did they just like was Crayon Pop filming on one side and they were all filming on the other side?
It looks like
the same place.
It's like they had to somebody with a walkie on the Crayon Pop video had to had to talk to somebody with a walkie on the other side. Like, hey, we're gonna do our color smoke thing, so just a heads up. It's like, we don't want to show up in the background of your video. It's like, all right, cool. We'll take a break. It's like, boom. And it's like, hey, you got some extra workers over there? We need a rig guy. It's like, all right, cool. We'll send Gian. You know, well,
Yeah.
it's like we'll send Steve. I was gonna say we'll send Steve, but it's like,
Hey, you never know. Steve the rig guy.
Steve Park.
Yeah. But no, the song and video itself, the video's pretty good. The problem I kind of had with this song is it kind of has an electronic sound to it, which that's not the
EDM.
problem.
It's that EDM. It's basically an EDM track, yeah.
But because it's a kind of an EDM track, I was waiting for a big kind of like, you're here, you kind of start to go up, and then that really big uprise in like the beat and the stuff. Yeah. And it kind of didn't happen.
Yeah, it's a okay EDM track, which is okay, whatever. It's like an okay track. But like there was it's probably not, it's not one of our picks either, but there was another, just because there's another release but it's the group, I forget the name. I forget the name, but they have big boobs, and that's what I remember about them. But they did an EDM track that was even better than this, and they were a complete new group that I've never, just did their debut. And like when you talk about EDM, you have Tiara kind of always slaying left and right, and you have other groups doing it so much better, and it's like, this is just, and it's in Yoshide, and it's their Japanese release. That should be quality. But it's like, The fun part though is that the visuals, again, were on point. The video was good and the choreography is good. Asian Junkie had put out a call to arms, for somebody to go ahead and, replace the audio of the video with their song Trick, which is a song that didn't get a proper promotion. I believe it was an album track that didn't get a proper promotion, and they wanted to see what could have been, and somebody did it, and it was actually kind of fun to watch. Because Trick is a really, really good song. I'm sad I wasn't aware of it before. It's a really good song, and it works well. But yeah, GG.
Yeah.
And I would say I didn't and the last thing I would say, people talk about how they felt the lack of Jessica. I will say I didn't necessarily notice, but I understand how you would, especially considering you lose 1/4 of your vocal line. You're a fourth of your vocals, you know?
Yeah, no, that's kind of that thing. Like I'm not the biggest fan, so I didn't notice it visually or vocally very much. But for people who are used to hearing that, and you know that sound, and that sound is familiar to you, it kind of tilts everything to one side already, you know. Yeah. And with a track that, you know, even the kind of, I would consider you kind of a hardcore fan, and kind of everybody else seems to have the same opinion that it's kind of meh, you know, when you also then have that thing of, man, something's missing, you know, and it's Jessica's voice, and having that voice there, you kind of do have this moment of, it just isn't hitting that point in that moment that it should be.
Yeah, which is kind of making people a little upset, a little salty, especially with the rumors that they're paying people to remove pro Jessica articles on the internet. There's rumors. Now nobody has any solid facts, you know, this is all rumors, but apparently people have noticed pro Jessica articles on website disappearing, like Korean websites disappearing. So
that ain't right. That
rumors, no facts. No
facts
supposed
here,
to be doing
that.
Rumors. And you know, just allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, but moving on, Kaz. I know that you've got what's new in your world this week.
There's some music, there's some other new things, but the first thing I want to get to is not an unboxing, but an enveloping.
Yes.
Me and PD have very much talked about going to Asen. The
Anime Central.
Anime Central, the kind of Midwest manga and anime convention that will be there. We both got our passes this week. I got mine today.
Let me see. What can I? Okay. You can't get my QR code, but that's my name.
Oh yeah. Yep, we got our passes, so that's fun. That's awesome. That's one thing kind of off the list of things that we need to have done for that upcoming convention. So it's gonna be super duper fun. What I'm hoping is me and PD will get there. We're gonna try to plan out a good way to kind of do some content for Hallyujuku, some of the other shows. I'll probably play cameraman for PD a few times. PD might play cameraman for me a few times.
We're gonna have to see.
Hopefully the people at the K-pop booth will be nice enough to let us like film things there and be ridiculous human beings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, you got them Chris and Luhan jerseys?
Yes. We will be like, yo, we will buy jerseys if you let us kind of chill, interview people as they're buying shit and talk to things and do all that kind of stuff. Cool stuff. But yep, so that's that. And as far as music this week, I think I have a pretty good selection, starting with the boy, not Jay Park, but JYP, who has a new release this week, surprisingly enough. I didn't have this open in one tab, so I gotta fucking wait for it. Which is called Who's Your Mama?
Who's Your Mama? Featuring Jesse of Pretty Rap Star fame and Lucky J non-fame. Because apparently she's a rapper now.
But before I even talk about the song and this video, can I just say that it starts out really creepily?
Oh yeah, it starts out
Can
and
you
it
roll
stays
back
creepy.
to the beginning? Like, just roll back to the beginning for me. Like,
it starts out creepy and stays that way.
Walking into a gym and just ogling this woman.
It's like,
and then asking her measurements.
I straight up like. It's like, all right, and I straight up, I was expecting her to just straight up slap him, but I'm like, oh, this is unrealistic. But then I realized it's like, all right, if I just answer these two questions, maybe he'll shut up and leave me alone. I need to get my cardio in. This weird old guy who's going through his midlife crisis is standing next to me, staring at my ass. That's fine. It's just another day at the gym. It's like, fuck it. Like, I'll answer his stupid questions. Maybe he'll go away. Like,
because I saw this and I instantly sent it to you. Like, I instantly was just like, I have to send this to PD. Like, just he needs to see this.
And I'd been seeing like the teasers. I was like, wait, is this gonna be? Maybe there's gonna be some like humor, and like it's gonna be like he gets made fun of and something like that. It's like it's gonna be Jesse. It's like but no, it just he just goes JYP going all out, being 48 and going on 63, looking like Korean rap Frankenstein's monster, having a better body than I could ever hope for.
He dances all day, dude. Like, he's probably dancing while he's talking to the rest of the people, like down there. Like, all right, we need to put out that new track. Like, and you're like, what are you? Huh?
Are you popping locking?
Like, but no. I do want to talk about. I do want to talk about the song itself. The song itself, I think, is really fun. Yeah. I kind of like it. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it. Kind of as the inception of the video kind of rolled out, I thought it was gonna be kind of silly and over the top, which the video is. But the song itself, like, kind of fun musically, something you can dance to. Yes. Don't look at the lyrics. Yes. like Petey said, it is creepy and it stays creepy.
Yes. Like, there's a lot of male gaze, too, in the video, and it's like, okay, yeah. Like, and you keep waiting for it to get, like, self-aware. And yeah, there are fun humorous moments, like he straight up does the kid and play dance with the girl laying down. But, like, it just stays, he just goes in and stays serious, which I guess maybe that adds to the humor, because, like, I don't know. Also, Jesse, honey, sweetie, you're a singer. You sing hip-hop, but you're a singer. You're not a rapper. Also, on top of that, no, you don't have chocolate skin, and no, you don't have a big ass. Like, no. You look like a chonga. Go to Urban Dictionary, look up the word chonga. You look like you might as well be hanging out in Hialeah with your hoop earrings and your nails. Here eating chicharron and gossiping with your chonga girlfriends. But I think the worst thing to come out of the popularity of Pretty Rap Star is the Korea convincing Jessie that she's a good rapper.
Yeah.
It's like, no, she uses English and her husky voice to sound cool. But she doesn't know, she can't write shit. And apparently she fought JYP on the lyrics. Like, she fought him on, like, wanting to write her own lyrics, like JYP giving her a suggestion. I'm like, honey, just do whatever JYP says. Like, just do whatever JYP says. I know he kind of looks dumb, but that's just his face. Like, that's just, he looks like a big oaf, but the man knows what he's talking about. What is that? Like, you're not a rapper. You're not a rapper. Oh, God. But let's move on.
Yep. All right.
Let's move on.
My other song, which we had a bit of a discussion about in the pre-show, is Sonny's new song, Love You Hater. I really, really like this song. I think it's pretty good. Like, I really, really had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. When I first played this song, I barely made it about 30 seconds into it. He's very much bringing over the Western hip hop mainstream thing now. Like, I'm gonna talk about the positives on my end, and you can talk about what you like about the song. I would say the video is engaging, the imagery is good, like the concept is good, like it is as much as like the song is that, the video doesn't delve into cringy try hard stuff, like being all bling bling and I'm awesome and co-opting another racist culture bullshit. It fits in with a more fitting imagery. It kind of incorporates a more fitting imagery. The video is really cool and engaging. You can go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah, with kind of the hater being this representative kind of monster, which is fun. But there's this very like kind of Kendrick Lamar kind of new Southern swing kind of music to it, where you kind of like are da 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 and kind of let the beat kind of carry, and you're kind of like doing lyrics in this kind of bouncy kind of rhythm where you're like a couple of lines of lyrics and then you drop on something. But I kind of liked it with the kind of theme of the video and the song, where it's like Kendrick Lamar does that. When other people do it, I don't like it. But the way Kendrick Lamar does it, I kind of like it. And I liked the way Sonny kind of did it here as well.
I'm not gonna force myself into like 50 listens, but I will I gave it another listen. dislike it as much as the first time, but it's having a hard time winning me over. I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily my cup of tea.
Not everything is going to be a winner. Like there's just going to be some things that just don't come across well in certain people's style. And like you said, this isn't the style of something that you like from Sonny, because this is very different than what he normally kind of does. Like he does fast-paced stuff, he does slow stuff, but this isn't something you really ever have heard from Sonny, really.
And then of course I think it was supposedly like a twist ending, and I'm going to assume it's just that it was Sonny under the mask or something. No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. It's like the enemy is man. Like we are call back to that joke on an old episode of Hallyujuku of the Twilight Zone. But yeah, last but not least.
But I have one last song. I only did 3 this week, which was the boy group 24K, which I think debuted last year. I forgot for freaking it. There's too many boy groups, and I can't.
Yeah,
I mean, with their third album, after a year break. Oh, okay. 24K. I remember hearing about them. I remember them kind of being around. But I kind of wanted to check this out. I didn't think I was going to use it at first. But as I kind of listened to it, I liked it. One, because I don't remember the other stuff I heard from 24K. If I probably go and listen to the other stuff from 24K, I'll probably be like, but this as a standalone thing and looking at them as kind of like, okay. I thought it was really fun. The choreography was really, really good. I liked the video. I'm starting to not like these kind of boxy videos ever since like 30 Sexy. Yeah, I was going to call it Dirty 30. 30 Sexy, which kind of really did this in a really good, cool way. This kind of like stage, like kind of thing. But I think they pulled it off really well here. I kind of like this inception of this kind of shooting style. If you're listening to the audio, you got to go look at the video to see what I'm talking about, and you'll know it as soon as you see it, kind of thing. Yeah. But other than that, the song itself, I think, is really cool. I liked the song itself. Yeah. It's really just really a fun, dancey song.
Yeah, the beat is really good. Like, it has that really cool, like, little, I don't know what instrument it is with, like, the chorus, like, that kind of electronic instrument in the chorus. It's just like when they're doing their like thing, which is really cool, and it just had a really cool feel to it, like the song, and it impressed me. Like I'd seen this around, and I was like, okay, I tend to, because like on our K-pop they'll post stuff, and like if I can see that it's like a boy band.
Shout out to our K-pop.
Yeah, shout out to our K-pop. If I see it's like a boy group, it's obvious that it's a boy group. For some reason, subconsciously, it kind of gets filtered out in my mind. It's like, especially if it's not a boy group that is on my like short list,
Yeah.
I'm like, it just kind of fades into the background, and I'm just there looking for more videos on Crayon Pop or EXID or like things like that, and just kind of fades in the background. And but I notice it's there. And I noticed that people are talking about it, but it's like it takes me a while to decide to look at it. But Asian Junkie pointed out that he didn't heard of these guys, but he listened to the video and he was in. And I was like, okay, if Asian Junkie gives it their stamp of approval, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out. And I checked it out, and yeah, it's a nice quality song. Like they're pretty promising for a young upcoming group, uprising group. For sure. Yes, 24K. Yeah, so let me just get into it. I don't know,
I liked it. I thought it was cool, but
yeah.
I can I'm not sure just how to feel about it.
You don't know how to feel. Not quite sure how to feel. All right.
Moving into the PD music of the portion of the show.
Yes, my music. So like I said, what's new with me? Instant ticket. Yay, instant badge. This dropped like just before we recorded, And had I noticed that it had dropped like right when we were recording, I totally would have included it last week. Like last week. But I didn't notice till after the show, so I'm gonna include it now. And it's Love Extereo. The group that I've been talking about I've talked about so many times just because I love them, and and I get to interact with them on Twitter, and they're really cool and they're nice, and they put out such good music. They released a video for their newest song off of the new album that they dropped earlier this year, like a month or so ago. That had a bunch of kind of final forms of songs that they've released before, and a couple of new songs. And one of them was this song, "We Love, We Leave." And they had been teasing like the shoot for the video that was done kind of, I guess, outside of them. And they finally released the video itself, and it's a really cool video. Like, it's a really interesting, cinematic video. It's like the visuals are pretty cool. Like, they fit the song well. Like, it has like cool like use of like colors and non-colors, and it just has really cool like cinematography. The song is good. Pretty fantastic. I love Extereo, so like the music is just gonna win me over automatically. But the video is just really cool, and it works so well for the song. And like, I want this. I feel like this could be something that could like hook people in if people saw it, just because like the video, it's got white people in the video. Maybe we can trick people. Maybe we can trick people into checking this out because it's got a couple of attractive white people on it, like 2 attractive white people.
Hey, it's a girl with tattoos. I'm in.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. No, she's lovely.
I really like this. Love Extereo is kind of growing on me more and more. It kind of started with this really kind of familiar sound, and I can't think of the other band that initial pickup in the song reminded me of, but it kind of went into this the sound that I'm kind of getting to know Love Extereo for. Like it started to go into that, and it really, really pulled me in. Like, I just loved every little bit of it. The more and more I heard of it, the more and more I heard it, as I was listening to the song, like, it just as it went. And like you said, you know how I'm kind of a show for really, really well shot, cool, artistic, but not just artsy to be artsy videos. And this has almost a little bit of artsy to be artsy, but it's just really, really cool. Like kind of artsy, that I really appreciate and like that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's just really well done. Like it kind of, it's a good balance. Like it has really cool moments, really cool like little visuals. Like plays around, does it borrowed from our Girls of Spica, the like colored powder attack thing.
Yeah,
call back to that Spica video back then tonight. Like. Doing the colored powder, but that's still fun. Like, I love Extereo. I'm hoping they do another U.S. tour again, because they haven't been back in a while. I think mainly because they were so focused on getting this album and this release out. So maybe. Come on, Love Extereo. I know. I'm gonna link you two guys, so hopefully you'll watch this and listen to this. Please come back. Come back to South by Southwest. I'll be back there next year. I'll want to come see you guys and dance around to your music, and I'll even do fan chants, like, I'll freaking make up Love Extereo fan chants and shit. They were on national television recently. Apparently, they were on KBS on some show I never heard of. Which is cool. Yeah. Love Extereo. Please come back to America.
All right, what's your next song?
All right, my next song. Because we gotta get to these. My next song, of course, the much anticipated new release from our girls. Our girls EXID. The girls behind the We Are video. The ones that put fan cams on the map. No, they didn't. But that owe their career to fan cams. EXID with their new video, Yeah. They've been teasing this, and I've been hearing snippets of the song and this video, and I've kind of been really intrigued. And it finally came out, and I'd say I really, 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 really like it. So before this, a couple things. The song is really cool. It's really catchy. It has a really cool beat to it. The video is really interesting and has a kind of eye-catching style and a kind of a fun concept, because like they play around with like the censorship and kind of make a big commentary on the fact that they're like up and down dance got censored, so they censored like the pelvises and a bunch of things in the background and like throughout the video, and then there's a twist at the end. I will say the dance is really cool. When I first saw the dance at I'd watched this showcase. Somebody fan cammed the showcase. Somebody very helpful fan cammed the showcase. And I noticed something familiar, and I was thinking about, wow, that dance looks kind of familiar. I was like, where have I seen them before? I'm like, what is it? Is it the butterfly? Could it be the butterfly? Then I realized, wait, no, the butterfly, that's old. Let me see the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. I was like, "Are they doing the Tootsie Roll?"
Like, they bringing back the Tootsie Roll. They putting the Tootsie Roll back on the map. Go ahead and plane up, and it kind of also it pretty much fits in with this trend we've talked about. I think we haven't talked about it on the show, but we talked about it in our own private conversations. That you've noticed this trend of like 90s nostalgia. Yeah, I think everybody's noticed it. Which just kind of it plays into that with bringing back the Tootsie Roll and then like freaking rocking denim jackets and Timberlands, like like just kind of mixing all those things. Which I love the denim and like the Tims. Like it's just so much fun. Like and the visuals are really cool. Like and the Tootsie Roll. Yeah. Oh, what did you think, Kaz?
I really liked it, and then the other thing that got me about this was there's a kind of lot of focus on the rapping in this too.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting, like thing to do. But no, I really 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 liked the song. I really liked the video. I thought the video was really cool and fun.
And clever.
Yeah,
especially this part.
The reveals of everything, just kind of being cutesy stuff, like
yeah, what's Jung-hwa doing? Oh yeah, she's doing a live TOEIC like English test tutoring. Like that's what she's doing. She's tutoring people on their English exam, and like what did they make a copy of? A picture of a kitty, things like that. And they're kind of playing around with like, all right, what are we censoring? Are we censoring for the sake of censoring? And like, are we making things out to be more worse than they are? And like, I kind of like that. Cause like, again, like I said, it was partially a reaction of like getting their dance censored for We Oughta. But yeah, as you were saying.
No, I just, like I said, I appreciated it. I thought it was fun. I kind of agree with all the things that you're saying. Is just like it's good. It's another good showing from this group, and it's putting them on the map even more. And it's getting scary. I can't. I'm gonna need a Venn diagram of all the girl groups I'm supposed to like at this point, because it's starting to get to be too much.
Yeah, it's only been a couple of days, and they're not one of the big groups. And it's only been, let's say, how many days? It's only been one day, and they're already within sniffing distance of 1 million views. They're within a sniffing distance of 1 million views, and it's only been like a day. And like less. So it's like, that's pretty cool, considering they're not from SM, YG, JYP, or Starship, or, one of those groups. That's just really cool. Last couple of songs, I won't dwell on them, but really cool, interesting releases. Park Jimin Park of 15 An. again, more JYP hype. JYP.
Yeah. JYP.
Jimin Park with kind of her solo debut, not just kind of, but actual solo debut with Hopeless Love. And there isn't a whole lot to say about the song. It's a kind of a good classic ballad, but
oh yes, no, I really like this song.
Yeah, but the main thing is, damn, Jimin Park is pretty good at the singing.
Oh God, yes, her vocals are amazing.
Like, one of the things that you forget about, I think the things that is easy to forget about, cause like the main thing I've been seeing her is on like variety shows and like her being a goofball and kind of being her big boisterous personality, and her being that she's got this talent. And she could sing good. She could sing good. She could sing real good. And that's the biggest strength on an already pretty good quality song, is how much kind of her vocals shine in this. And then the video is cool. It's kind of like, like classic little unrequited love thing. It's the video is interesting. It doesn't really break any ground, but it's it does what it needs to do for the ballad. Kind of give you all the imagery to match up with the mood of the song. But yeah, it's just a pretty cool quality release. I'm glad for Jimin, because she seems like a really cool chick, and like just in general, and she seems like a really cool, funny, cool chick. She's a young upstart in the English speaking mafia over in K-pop. She's already cool with Eric Nam and Kevin from UKISS. I imagine she's already paid tribute to Amber, in order to kind of be anointed,
right.
Cause that's, you have to, she's Amber is the godmother, but yeah, it's a pretty cool song.
No, a really cool track, really amazing vocalist, like something that everybody should check out. If you haven't checked this out, like go over to the JYP YouTube channel and check out, Jimin Park's Hopeless Love, because it is so freaking good. JYP. I was just testing you on that one.
Yeah. I had to go from one screen to the other, damn it. Last one.
So we got
you
got one more song in here.
Yeah,
which is a debut we were actually talking about last week. So we were talking about this group coming out with their final official debut, and what it was going to be, what were we expecting, what did we think we were going to see, and I will say this is not what I was expecting.
No, we weren't expecting this, but they gave kind of a I saw the teaser and I noticed it was going to be more of this ballad. They said it was going to be modern R&B. Okay, so we have the Arc, a group that has at least some momentum of hype coming behind them. They have Yuna Kim, who was at some point signed to YG, but then she wasn't. We have I forget her name, the young lady who Jinju, I think I want to say Jun Minju, I want to say. I'll look at her better. Who is hailed, has had some hype because of her dancing skills, and it's kind of been called Little Boa. And a couple other girls who are, part of the group to kind of flesh out a full 5-girl group. And they have, it seems like they're going to have some kind of a multi-dimensionality with this and what we've seen from their like dance covers. I will say, I was expecting kind of an interesting ballad, somewhat of an interesting artistic video. I didn't expect the feels.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing I said. Like I was sitting talking to some people watching, like, and I was like, oh, that Arc video is out. Let me go watch that. And I went and I watched it and I was like, well, fucking thanks for that.
It's like, oh, they're gonna go hang out with the video. It's like, oh, they're gonna
because
shoot.
for those who may not be looking, like this video it's a really nice video. It's really very well shot, but it's this mother and daughter, and they're kind of going through their daily life or whatever, and kind of having the mom, you're annoying, and like trying to raise a kid and do all that stuff.
But then like, oh, mom, but all in all, I still love you. It's like, all right, bye, mom. Right. Big smile.
Yeah. And you have this moment where the mom's at work doing her job, and an announcement comes across the TV that there was a bus crash, and then you come to the fact that her kid died.
Yeah. And then like you see the same routine of her going through the similar things of the morning, but without her daughter, and like the backpack that she had meant to buy her, and like getting the milk and packing the memorial. And it's very obviously not necessarily the day after, but I think the day I think probably the year after, I'm gonna say, because she packs up a lot of food and goes to a specific place. So I'm guessing she's going to the memorial service, the yearly. If you're not aware, kind of when somebody in your family passes, every year on the day of the death, you would have kind of a memorial day for that particular member, like for your parent, for your grandparent. You obviously, having to do it for your kid, outliving your kid. That's a whole other thing. It's like the feels. Some onions in here. Who's cutting onions? Who's cutting onions up in here? Well, I didn't want onions. I didn't want onions on my sandwich.
It is definitely a feel plus. Like it got me, dude, because it was a fucking twist. Like I did not see that coming at all. Because I'm just watching it and I'm like, okay, this video is kind of all right. Okay, it's like kind of a ballady song, and like I wasn't like reading the words or anything. I was just kind of listening to it, taking it in, and just like, what? Did she just? No. She gonna think she died, but she didn't really die, is what happened. And I was like, no. Oh, okay. Well, goddamn, thanks, man. Now I'm fucking sad. GG, bro. Like, like I was just like, all right, well, great debut.
You're right in the feels.
I'm gonna go cry about it though. But yeah, no, I also thought it was just like a weird way to debut as well. Yeah, like
a ballad. But it's almost like it stands out. Yeah, I don't know. It was an odd, and I will say I'm not fond of the I've already seen their performance on the, and I'm looking at the reaction. I kind of want to see a reaction video. But I'll do it on my own.
Are you looking at that one that I see where it's like kind of the girl looks like she's crying?
Yeah, the three girls. I'll probably watch it during the break. But just I like yourself. I don't usually like reaction videos, but I kind of want to see what happens with the feels. But it's like that Full House episode. You go like when Uncle Jesse's grandpa dies. You go in, you're going to watch an episode of Full House, you're going to laugh at some dumb jokes, and feel good at the end, and everybody, feel good, all family-friendly, feel-good show. And then Uncle Jesse's grandpa dies, and then Michelle wants to know if it's okay to cry, and you're like, yes, it's okay to cry, Michelle, it's okay to cry. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and collect our emotions, and I'm gonna go find that person who's cutting onions. And we'll be back with headlines. So
headlines, woo!
Over on the other side. So. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our headline segment where we talk about some topical topics and some interesting articles in the world of East Asian pop culture, and kind of give our thoughts on them. First off, kind of big announcement, which is BABYMETAL signs with Sony, set for U.S. album release, because they're in demand. Perfect Middle Divas, BABYMETAL have signed with a deal with Sony and are now set for the American release of their self-titled debut album. The re-release will feature 2 bonus tracks, Road of Resistance featuring Dragon Force, and a live version of Gimme Chocolate. Yay! And will be available digitally on May 12th and physical copy for us in the fandom, June 16th. Which really
doesn't seem bad.
Is a big difference. June 16th for the physical copy. Well, the digital should already be available. I might have to go cop that as soon as I can. Here's a review from Billboard. They give some more thoughts. Asian Junkie gives some more thoughts of why we love BABYMETAL. But this is exciting. This is actually really cool. Like, it is them kind of going into American and again, the very obvious thought of an Asian artist, wanting to debut in the West is can you want to wring your arms and worry, but this is he says it in Narco, certain fan bases probably don't want to hear it, but BABYMETAL are the ones who have the most organic Western debut by an Asian act aside from Psy. They're the ones being pursued by companies, and thus their debut around the world doesn't have to basically consist of desperate media play to get their name out. They're the ones getting called. People are wanting to invest in them, Sony wanting to invest in them. It's not them desperately trying to spend their money or spend the time trying to make it in the West. So it's actually, this has a shot of making some headway. What thoughts did you have?
I mean, it's already one of these things where it's very, very, very widely accepted, right? BABYMETAL has become very, very widely accepted. They've gone from this kind of niche-y, cool kind of thing to a very widely sought out group that everybody kind of really likes and thinks is really good. Trying to think of the word I was looking for, but I'll just switch up. Whereas they're very widely accepted, they're very widely sought out, and this could very much just be a gimme at this point. It just has to be done really well and done to not change what the core it has been. You have to kind of keep the core what it is, and I'm almost kind of in fear of them doing music in English. Because I feel like it's one of those things where it's just everybody already loves it for what it is. Why change anything about it? Maybe do an English song or two and see how that goes over, but I don't know if I have this want and desire for me, myself as a fan, I don't know if I have this want and desire of a release that is speaking to me.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think, I don't know if it's been something that's been said, but I don't think they probably won't do that. Similar to kind of how Perfume, they have pursued a Western kind of fan base, but still have kept their songs in Japanese. Cause, it's their language. It's how they can express themselves truthfully. Or kind of how they can express themselves, less awkwardly. And it works. I think what would be really cool is, I think in the West, there's also a chance that that not only the girls in BABYMETAL, but the rest of BABYMETAL that I count as the rest of BABYMETAL, which is the band. And yes, the kind of the live band is a little fluid, but there is a set piece of set group of people that are involved creatively. I would love it if this also involves them kind of getting a little bit of recognition, especially the producers and the creative force behind them, and all the people that play on stage. Because in my mind, I think of BABYMETAL, I think of not just these 3 girls, I think of everybody that's on stage. Just I think what got me a little bit less down on Hatsune Miku was when I saw that there was a band on the main performances. When I saw there was a band, when you showed me those videos, I was like, all right, there's a band, there's an experience, there's people that play music, that is a whole thing, I can get with that. So if West, I think the West would definitely, I think we would probably put a little bit of a spotlight on them as well, which I think would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I was looking for something that I can't find, but I think it's, I think like you said, I think it's putting more of a spotlight on them, kind of bringing them more to the forefront, which I mean, they're already pretty in the like they've already been winning like really prestigious rock and roll awards.
Yeah.
Like
one of the best selling world music artists from Asia. Like I think they're the best selling Asian artists or they were like the best selling Asian artists in the world charts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Like BABYMETAL, kicking ass. I think everybody's hyped about it. I know I'm hyped. You're hyped. DJM is hyped. Our buddy Nishcom, Bryce, provider of our theme songs, is hyped. We're all glad that BABYMETAL is going to start dominating the world.
Yeah, we may have to have Bryce on again to talk about this release of BABYMETAL and what he thinks of it.
Yeah,
we'll have to see what that is all about.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, awesome stuff for BABYMETAL. But moving on to our next headline, which is kind of fun. Hongki, he of FT Island, tells a fan who is mad about his dating rumors to go fuck herself. After rumors,
is that really what he said though? Or
no, we'll talk about it. Okay, it's just our boy IATFB interpreting, and wonderfully so. After rumors that Hongki was dating model Shinosaki Ai surfaced, some fans were mad as fuck at him in their typical Delulu Opar is dating and it's not me type of way. Said fans tweeted some mean shit at Hongki. So Hongki proceeded to tell one sad fan to fuck off. He said, you have, and a little translation, it's a pretty good translation. You haven't known me for that long, huh? I've said for a while now not to like me like I'm your boyfriend. If you hate me for this, then see ya. Like, translation, how about don't be a fan to begin with if you're gonna be a delusional fuckstick? I told you I'm gonna be fucking on the side for how long now? If you're gonna send me to this bullshit over a rumor, then don't even bother being a fan, go fuck yourself. Which is the fair thing. Like, I really like this comment that's just straight up saying, hey, I've said for a while now not to like me like I'm your boyfriend. Like just I've established this dynamic for a while now. I'm not your oppa. I love that you dig my music. I love that you dig my thing, but sometimes it's kind of cool that he sets that boundary. Sometimes you have to set with your fan base, especially when you're like an attractive boy and doing pop music. Like, I don't know. What thoughts did you have?
I agree with all of this, right? Well, this is something we have, and I have preached on this show time and time again, is it's awesome to be a fan of these people. It is not awesome to think that these people owe you anything, because they don't. And they don't need to. They shouldn't feel like they owe you anything. But you can be a fan. They can respect you. They can love your fandom. They can respect that you appreciate them, that you want to give your money to them, that you even want to pay attention to the shit that they're shelling out to you. But when you get to a point where it's an obsession, or you get to the point where you feel like they owe you an answer for anything that they do in what is their personal life, you are no longer a fan. You are a problem. Yeah. And I give him all the respect for saying, like, it is, it's your choice to be a fan. You don't really know me like you think you do. This is a very, almost in a sense, sometimes a very one-way relationship where I do something and then you take from that something that I did, and you're building more on that something that I did than even I am,
Yeah.
And you know, and I kind of like the wording in the Asian junkie thing, but I don't even think you need to go that hard on people. Like, and I'm very much known to like say shit like that. Like, you know, like don't be a fucking fuck. Like, but that's really what it is at the end of the day. Like, don't be a fuck. Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. This person doesn't belong to you. This person is an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have emotions. They have feelings. They have all these other things, you know? And if you were that person's girlfriend, you would be mad at anybody else who felt that way. You would be like, no, I have a connection with this person that you don't. How dare you even think that you have this kind of connection with this person? You know, so it's just one of those things where it's just silly ass fans being silly ass fans. And I think he handled it in the most adult best way possible.
Yeah. And I like it. And I like the ending of this article. Because Hongki is the hero K-pop deserves, but not the one they're ready for right now. So they'll hate him because he can take it. Because he's not their hero. He's an honest idol, a destroyer of Daylulu, a G-cup titty knight. Because the rumors is that's what he's getting on the side.
Yeah.
And he's my hero.
Yep. So hats off to the man.
So Hongki, hats off to you. And remember to come up for a breath every once in a while. Just because you can get lost in those. And then you don't want to suffocate in them. But moving on to another kind of cool thing. SM opens workshop in China to help Lei with his Chinese activities. So, okay, cool. But I included 2 articles on this because I like, this is a good descriptor, and then Asian Junkie, of course, for my, you know, editorial fun. SM Entertainment has set up a new, quote-unquote, workshop in China. According to a press release made by the talent agency, they have set up a workshop in China for their star, Lei from EXO. This workshop was established in late March and will be used to aid Lei in his Chinese activities. It was established and registered under Lei's name on March 31st. The workshop format is unfamiliar to the Korean entertainment industry, but it is something that is widely used in China with Chinese celebrities. With the format, even though Lei will still be with SM Entertainment, he will still be able to choose his own staff and work with outside agencies in China. One of the main benefits with the workshop format is the adaptability to the Chinese market, as the star will be free to work with various sources in China, even if they are not associated with SM Entertainment and their partners. On the establishment of his own workshop, Lei announced, the establishment of this workshop will become a foundation for solidifying my intention to honor my contract. Remember that, honor the contract. And I hope it becomes an example of contract fulfillment. I believe my Chinese activities will be beneficial to EXO and the company. I hope to contribute to the growth of the company and help the relationship between the two cultures. And I think this the Asian Junkie article also kind of puts basically a good spin on it. Lei is getting support from SFA in China, and people are getting stupid about it. Which is fun. EXO's Lei will be getting a workshop in China. The workshop is commonly used in China. While he'll still be under an SME, he'll have control over staff activities and whatnot. This benefits everybody and just makes sense, which is exactly why the reaction from netizens in Korea was depressingly predictable. He goes, some of the comments, now this is what you call revenge, SM. Yishin supporting you. Light up China with your promotions. SM must trust Lei. Find strength. Show the traders what you're made of. Show the traders what you're made of. It's like, yeah, I don't get it. Lei is getting support now so that SM doesn't have another Chris or Luhan. And that's basically what this is about. It's like, oh man, damn that Chris and Luhan. They were talking about how we couldn't give them activities. Oh, crap. Who else? Tao's kind of a whiny little bitch. She'll never leave. Olay, yeah, he's oh damn, he's got a fan base. He's got a lot of talent. Damn it. Hey, Lei. You know what I was thinking? Maybe you can get one of them workshops going for you in China. So you can do some activities and stuff. You get to pick your own staff and stuff. Yeah, we'll put it under your name. You'll still be under our contract. you'll work for us, but you'll be able to like pick your own stuff and do your own activities and stuff. Hey, it's like, all right, cool, sounds like a good idea. Why? Where did this come from? It's like, yeah, no reason. I think it will be beneficial. Just
Yeah.
I think it'd be a nice next step. No big deal. Just trying to think it's gonna be a really cool next big step for you. It's kind of funny. Reality is that this is basically a direct response to a trend that anybody could see. Much like how contracts were adjusted legally after JYJ, Chris and Luhan are not JYJ, but for their business interests. SME simply recognize that they have to stop loss here so XL can continue to thrive in both China and Korea. Yeah, this is not.
I mean, it's just one of those things.
Great idea from SM.
Yeah, it's just a company finally trying to diversify when they thought they had everything wrapped up, and then they're coming to realize like, holy shit, we didn't have everything wrapped up. What? Like we may need to figure this out.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Here's this company. Yeah. Most of what's going on is fine with me. Yeah, it's basically them reacting to what's going on. But I think in the end, this is really cool. I think it's a really good thing for Lei. I think it's kind of, I'm bummed out on their behalf that this is something that they thought to consider for Chris and Luhan, or even before that for Hang Yang, Super Junior. Like it took all of these people for them to like, okay, hey, let's help you out with your activities and stuff in China. Like, it took all of that. It took them losing all of that, all those guys, to realize that, this is probably not the best thing for us as we try to kind of maintain popularity in China. Like, this big market that is gonna be crucial for us to actually make money. No matter kind of how much we feel about it, it's where gonna be our real money.
Yeah.
That's why no matter, how much hate Tiara gets in Korea, it doesn't matter, because they're gonna be making money hand over fist because they're huge in China. They went and won, like, they went to these Chinese video sharing website, YouTube, like, awards, not YouTube awards, but like, it's like that in China. It's like Yin V or something like that. Yin Tai, video website, and they won like 3 awards and shit, and they were like carrying like these, taking in trophies and shit. So yeah, it's something that's like, it's like them finally catching up to something that they should have done a long time ago. Should have done it a while ago.
Yeah, no. This is just slow-minded, like, bullshit that is just
stubbornness. Yeah. I think stubbornness.
Thinking you have the world wrapped up and you really don't.
Yeah, like, yeah. But you know what? Good for Lei. Fighting. It's gonna be really cool for him. But moving on to something else interesting. Rapper E-Sense arrested on marijuana charges again, and he either admitted to it or not. E-Sense fucking loves weed. That's what the article begins with. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you. Having been caught at least 5 times using or buying the drug, and this time it looks like he's going to jail for it. According to the district prosecutors of Seoul, E-Sense was arrested at his house located in the Mapo district, and he was very compliant and admitted to usage of marijuana. Although we will have to wait for the court's verdict, since they forgot the S in since this was during his probation sentence, it is highly likely that he will serve prison sentence. But wait, his lawyers say none of that shit happened. The statement is conflicting with the previous statement by E-Sense's agency, who stated that E-Sense was not arrested at his house, nor did he smoke marijuana. Who knows? Either way, he's been arrested for something, and something allegedly happening involving marijuana. Most importantly, E-Sense is a dipshit. I don't know if I would put it that way, but kind of, yeah. I would say the best analogy to put it would be for, I don't know if any K-pop fans would get this, but Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams liked marijuana.
Yeah.
He liked it a lot. He liked it more than playing football. Apparently. Because he would constantly get caught for it. He would constantly fail drug tests. And constantly get worse and worse punishments. To the point where at some point he just owed the Dolphins a bunch of money and had to be their backup running back for a while. And he, during those times, he was one of our best options. Him and freaking what's his face, Sammy. Oh,
I don't remember football.
Sammy Morris, I want to say.
Nobody here is going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah. That was a good duo. That was like before Reggie Bush, who was okay, but I kind of like those guys better. But nobody wants to talk about Dolphins football on this podcast. But the Ricky Williams analogy, I think, is the most, because say what you want about the marijuana. I personally don't care. I think I'm glad here in this country it's getting legalized basically systematically, and because I'm cool with it. I'm probably most likely never going to try it myself, but I don't hate. But when you're in a country like Korea where they're this strict on things like this, and you're going to face some serious serious punishment if you get caught with it, maybe just not do it for now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, or go somewhere where you can do that, or learn to grow yourself, or just like
be smart about this.
Help regulation change. Like, do some other stop getting caught is what we're really saying.
Stop getting caught. Like, seriously. Like, we've been weed shit has been illegal here for a while now. We both know people who are a lot better at not getting caught with this shit.
Yeah.
Like we both know people that have been smoking weed for years, have never been arrested even once. Come on, like, seriously.
Yeah, they're very prominent people in these societies, and they do their thing, and nobody questions it, and that's how you could be. But when you wear that shit on your sleeve in a place where people are like, that's a no-no.
That's no-no.
Right. You're gonna, it's not gonna be cool for you, bro. Like, so. Yeah, it's one of those things where you got to kind of have a better mindset about this, and hopefully he's allowed to continue his career. Most likely he's going to end up in jail for some time.
Yeah.
How long that's going to be, we'll see.
We'll see. Damn it. Just get your shit together, you sense. Moving on. Actually, a couple of Rocket News articles. One that I just grabbed right now, just because I wanted to end it on a more positive note. But for this article first, 3 foreign tourists arrested for molestation in Japan after thinking it was normal behavior. Given the size and longevity of the adult entertainment industry, it's safe to say that such products serve a purpose in societies everywhere. However, one purpose for which adult videos should never be used is as travel guides for visiting other countries. You might think that would be common sense, but apparently we can't stress the point enough after there have been a recent spate of molestation committed by foreign tourists who claim to have thought it was normal behavior in Japan after watching Japanese adult videos. According to Focus Asia, there have been 3 separate incidents of foreign visitors. So, okay, it's not really a huge space, it's just like 3 crazy people, but it's a thing that happened. There have been 3 separate instances of foreign visitors overstepping their bounds. In one instance, a suspect was caught trying to capture images of up women's skirts while riding in an escalator. Then, upstairs shots.
Okay.
In another case, a Chinese tourist was reportedly caught grabbing a woman's buttocks inside an adult goods shop. Then we have the case of a man arrested for lifting the skirt of a woman while riding the train. This last incident appears influenced by a scene from the classic 1993 AV Nurse Monogatari, starring Miki Mayuzumi. Or maybe something else. I don't know because I don't watch this stuff. This is according to the article. I don't know either because I've never watched that stuff. Reports claim that one foreign suspect...
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, no. One foreign suspect confessed to police saying, "Watching Japanese adult videos, I thought people here were open about sex. I thought molesters were everywhere."
I legitimately have no comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you thought molesters were everywhere. Maybe we should, if that's the case, maybe we should try to find those molesters and stop them. It doesn't mean, it's like when in Rome, hey. It's like no.
I just like you.
All 3 men are currently in custody, and deliberations with the victims' lawyers are being held to determine if criminal charges will be pressed or if they can find some other settlement. If they go to trial, the men face a maximum of 6 months in prison or about $4,000 in fines, or if the cases involve any form of assault, the prison sentence can go up to 10 years.
Can I say that I was glad that it wasn't just Americans?
Yes. It wasn't any Americans. It was one. Well, let me see. It was all right. What were the 3 sentences? It was we don't know if the upskirt guy is an American.
Yeah,
they don't say his nationality, but it's a Chinese guy, and the other. Oh, okay, so we only know the one Chinese guy, but I'm glad. Me too.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Europeans.
Yes.
But on the, just in general, like I will say this, right? Sense is like, common sense is fucking free, but goddamn it if it isn't common. Like, you have to understand that there are just things that you can't do. There are just like you have to understand that. Like, you can't just do these things like that. You just can't. Like,
no.
And no matter what, you have to almost, in a certain extent, follow the social norms of where you normally come from, and then extend them times 3 when you go to a foreign country.
Yeah.
Even
be more polite. Like you'll never make enemies being too nice, and when you're going to another foreign country. Like there was an article. There was like a video recently where a guy interviewed a bunch of Japanese people. I think it was Japanese people. Was it Koreans? No, yeah, it was Japanese people. It was on Rocket News, and they asked him, how what do you see from foreigners? Like when you see a foreigner do something, what is something you see a foreigner do and you think, man, that's cool? And one of the things that they would say, and I think, now that I think about it, it might have been Koreans. I'm trying to remember which one, because it was a while ago when I saw the video. It's one of the things was that they said that the foreigners are super polite in this is an Asian country, in the sense that when they bump into a foreigner, like a foreigner bumps in, they will turn around, and now that I think about it, it was they were Korean. They will turn around and say, "I'm sorry." Like you bump into somebody on the street, it's like, "Oh, sorry about that," and you say, "Oh, excuse me, sorry about that." And where there, you just like bump into somebody and just walk away, or maybe just turn around or like quietly curse them out or whatever. And that's what the comment that's from their mouths. That's what they would say. And they're like, well, when a foreigner bumps into you, they just immediately apologize. And they're like, oh, that's really nice. And it was, I think it was a really cool and interesting thing. Like, you, even being more polite than a society is normally, you can't lose. just like when you learn, like, say, Korean or Japanese, and you have the politeness levels, you have the formality levels.
Right.
You can, and when you learn, you start with the, most formal, most polite form, and you start from there, and then once you're comfortable with that, you can explore, more casual forms of speech. Because if you start from super polite, if you're always speaking in a polite form, maybe the worst that can happen is people think you're kind of a little excessively polite, but they won't hate you. They'll never be mad at you and then over dislike you. They'll kind of just poke fun at you and like, being all so super nice. But it you cannot lose. Like, oh no, not foreigners. That's how. Damn it! I'm trying to find this article. I swear to you, this video exists. This video exists.
We'll just say we'll put it in the show notes.
We'll find it. Yeah, but yeah, come on.
If we come across it, it'll be in the show notes, and we'll talk. For everyone else to be able to see.
Get your shit together, people.
But no, it's one of these things. It's just like you have to have some level of discourse, some level of understanding of right and wrong. And if you don't, I mean, one, I blame your parents, and two, I blame you. Especially if you don't have any weird mental faculties that would cause you to not have a normal level of discourse. If you are a normal human being and you have a normal level of discourse, stop it.
Just stop it right now.
Like, yeah, we had the Master Wu up there for a reason, because that is a no. You don't do that's no.
Exactly.
You don't do things like that. You have to have some sense about you. Like, they had to know. Like, one, you're sneaking in trying to take photos of a girl of upskirt shots of girl. You were probably being sneaky about it because you would have had to know that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see anybody else doing it, right? No, like, honey, come on.
No. There's a reason there was a mild crackdown on selfie sticks. Because sometimes those selfie sticks weren't for selfies. They were like to extend down. It's like the pervert stick. But yeah.
But you had one you wanted to use to leave on a very positive note.
Yeah. Just a real quick, just because I want to kind of leave on a positive note. 8 things, and this is kind of cool, tourism thing. 8 things, Japan bucket list. 8 things you need to do to really understand Japan. Which is a nice, cool little, like, a checklist. It's very kind of, very upfront stuff. But almost like it's almost like it's up front for a reason, because these are kind of like the go-to things, and it'll seem touristy and obvious, but you know what? Sometimes there's some things that maybe feel touristy and obvious, but you kind of just have to experience, just because there's a reason why it becomes that touristy thing, because it is a unique and interesting and informative enough an experience that that's why it becomes popular. But here, quickly enough, it is the 8 things. Number 1, see a geisha perform, or Maiko. See a geisha or Maiko perform. And then, just really cool stuff. I'm gonna go through these. Number 2, climb Mount Fuji. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna see if I can get my cardio done right. Get myself. But if I can work on my cardio, get slim before I go to Japan.
We're gonna have to start doing these shows from standing desk to.
Yes.
Because my chair isn't the most comfortable chair in the world. It's actually a piece of shit, but I'm in a chair for a good amount of hours a day when I'm not at work, working on internet content stuff.
Yeah, so I have a bike in the shed in the back that I really should be pulling out that my mom bought for me, and I'm feeling guilty that I don't use it as much as I should.
Time to get those Fitbits out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Try to do a nice hour of cardio every day. Riding my bicycle. Climb Mount Fuji. Number 3, take a dip in an onsen or a natural spring. Be like a spider monkey. Or not a spider monkey, a snow monkey. Japanese snow monkey. Number 4, go to a hanami party. And I believe that's cherry blossom. Viewing party. Yeah, cherry blossom.
Yeah,
viewing
you know what? They just had the cherry blossom, which I probably need to go to at some point. They had the cherry blossom festival here in DC. That happens every year, and at some point, I think I need to go to it. I need to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival here in DC, at some point in my life, and go take pictures and think that would be awesome.
Number 5, see a live sumo tournament. That's just a spectacle. I think I definitely want to see one of those. While all martial arts give you an inside look at culture and its ways, sumo is the most accessible for a tourist to see while in Japan, because it's just two big fat dudes slapping each other. And then there's a beautiful culture on top of that, which is cool. Number 6, experience a Shinto festival. Shinto being the kind of the preeminent religion, Shintoism, in Japan. So you kind of have these cool, traditional festivals, where you see a bunch of other foreigners and 3 Japanese guys doing Shintoist things, worship nature and other things like that. Some cool stuff. Number 7, walk part of the Shikoku pilgrimage. You might have to watch how you dress, like these ridiculous white people, but
never dress like ridiculous white people.
Yeah, never. You know that. That's no.
Master Will, always here to tell us what's right and what's wrong. Exactly. Mainly what's wrong.
Exactly. Number 8, stay with the Japanese family. Basically go and staying with the homestay. That should have been an out. Damn it. I've got the baseball game highlights back here. I really should turn off my TV, but I'm sorry.
We're almost done.
All right. I'm a little punchy. All right. So, and those are there. Yeah. Stay with the Japanese family. I think that's one of the big ones, just because you get a first-hand view of a different culture, and you can make new friends and things like that. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this list? How close have you come to doing any of this?
Well, I went to Korea. The mini trip over to Japan was a really mini trip over to Japan, so we didn't do anything there. But let's see, what did I do in Korea that you can equate to those things? Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, no.
Let's see. I went to a club. Yeah. I went to a club,
which I think I would put on the list. You got to experience Korean nightlife.
I did that. I did a lot of that. So that's let's go. I went to a club. I went to one of those DVD rental places where you go in and you sit in a room and you watch a movie. You pick a movie and you watch it. That was kind of the different thing there.
Did you do a Noribon?
No. I went to a PC cafe.
Yeah. How many days did you spend there?
I only spent 2 hours there.
Wow. So you barely were there. You just visited.
Yeah. What else did I do? I went to the Electric Town in Korea and bought some stuff.
Until you sleep, till you spend a good 24 hours. But yeah,
I went to I went to Electric Town. I bought some stuff. I bought a really awesome MP3 player, which I had lost.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking media video player, like before media video players were really like a fucking thing. And I fucking lost it. And it's made me sad ever since.
Yeah. Kind of like how I lost that bag of Korean snacks that I bought 3 weeks ago. And somewhere in San Francisco, it just right outside the gate at SFO when I was going to flight.
Man.
I was on the plane. It's like, I have one less bag than I had before. Oh, wait. I have my backpack. I have my thing. So it's not crisis mode, but it's sadness mode. But yeah.
What else did I do in Korea?
In case anybody was wondering why I haven't been trying Korean snacks like I promised.
I went to Seoul and I went to like kind of that the area where like all the statues in the middle of Seoul are, kind of where all the district court and all the really official buildings are, because I had to go there for something. Not anything bad.
Yes.
But I had to go there for something. And that's really it. Like I didn't really do like any touristy things.
Yeah. So that's going to be, I think.
But the next time I go to Korea, I do have a list, right? Which is, there's a couple of specific places I want to go to. A couple of like mountainy places. I do want to go watch StarCraft or some video game be played
professionally live.
Professionally live while I'm in Korea. That is another thing that I want to do the next time I go there.
I would hesitate, but I would want to attend a music show. But we're gonna have to get ourselves on a fan club and buy some physical discs and really gonna hustle that, because like that's just gonna. I've read up on how to get on music shows. But I want to do one of those music shows. Yeah. Hopefully somebody I like is promoting at the time.
Hopefully we'll see.
And we have to do like a variety show, and we have to run into somebody. Another ideal, we have to become part of a gawking mob watching Running Man. We have to be part of that, one of those, like, when they have to shoot something outdoors, that random mob that they have to coordinate into a box around there where they're filming. Yeah. Like, we'll be up there. We'll be the two foreigners.
We have to act like foreigners that don't know what's going on, so that when they have to look for people, they're like, they don't look like they know what is this show? Oh my God. Oh.
And then we'll start busting out references and shit, like... by then, we'll both have learned, like, Korean and shit. At least I will. And we'll say, like, oh, I don't know. It's like, and then we'll just, like, bust out things like and like, feel, chunk, cross. We'll do our own cross. So, like, PD, Kaz, cross.
But yeah, no, there's an actual list now of things that I want to do, like, while in Korea. Unlike the last time when I was in Korea, which was mainly drink and try to wake up.
Yes. Which is fun in and of itself, but that's gonna be on the bucket list, because I think.
Yeah. And this time I don't have to hang out at fucking army bases, because that shit.
Yeah. We'll be in Seoul. We'll have an Airbnb with, like, I think I found one that has bunk beds, and I think I found one that has a washer and a dryer.
Oh, fancy.
A dryer. It's like. And if you haven't looked at if you don't know what's going on in Korea when it comes to dryers and their non-existence, understand that that's a big deal.
Yeah.
We don't have to hang our clothes outside. But that's it. Let us know, I think in the comments or, on Twitter, at Hallyujuku, what's on your must-do list when you visit either Japan, Korea, or China. Anywhere in East Asia. What's on your must-do list for visiting those countries? We would love to know, because we'll probably try to at least put it on. If it's interesting enough, we might even put it on our own list. So let us know. Engage. Join the conversation that is not happening, because nobody talks to us on Twitter or anything.
At least not about this show.
Yeah.
We have other shows.
But yeah, let us know. East Asia bucket list. Hashtag East Asia bucket list. Hashtag Asia bucket list. Let's keep it Hashtag Asia bucket list. I mean, we know it means East Asia, but hashtag Asia bucket list.
Yes.
All right. Keep it short. All right, but that's it. We have another fine episode of Hallyujuku in the can. For us, Kaz, what do you got going on in the world on the internet?
Some of my projects have become realizations in life, and that's good. But no, I have a new awesome podcast that I've been talking about, DKG Whelp, the Drunk Kids Gaming podcast, mainly starring myself and an ever-evolving roundtable of casting crew of friends from around the internet, mostly me and Curly. And a lot of the what is kind of called the DKG crew. Yeah. So trying to diversify and make more kind of products and make more things together as a group of friends on the internet. So, me and Curly have been working on a lot of this stuff for him over at Drunk Kids Gaming. So twitch.tv/Drunk Kids Gaming. Right now, it's kind of tentative that we do a live show every Sunday, 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And, we kind of have a fun cast and crew. There's 3 episodes at the moment. The first episode should be hitting the audio places, the iTunes, the Stitcher radios and stuff like that in the coming days. And today is April 14th. So you should be looking for that pretty soon. And then the next 2 episodes will go up because I'm editing them. I haven't edited in a while, so I kind of got to get back in the path of editing and stuff like that. But yeah, so there's a live show that happens every Sunday. There will be a video version of the podcast over at youtube.com/drunkkidsgaming at some point when Curly edits it, which will most likely end up being me paying someone to edit it. Because we both have a lot of other stuff that we work on. So sometimes it's hard to kind of lock down those few little details of things, but I got my shit done. So other than that, the same stuff as always. This show, Hallyujuku, shooting the shit with 2 nerdy black guys. Go check out all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter at King Kaz and about.me for all the other things that I love to do that I do.
At King Kaz, I'm at PDRave, about.me/PDRave for all my stuff. Hallyujuku, hallyujuku.com or kpoppodcast.com. Rebellion.net for this and the other shows. Fanny Pack is on a hiatus, so we're planning. I'm thinking up ideas for like kind of in between for maybe some kind of episodes. Record Breakers, of course, is going full force on a constant basis. This week, by the time you see and hear this, it will have been out yesterday. This week we have a new episode where 3 weeks ago I was in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. While I was there, I recorded an episode of Record Breakers with Roberto Villegas, where we talked about this man that I'm wearing the t-shirt of, Mega Ran, nice. And this album Forever Famicom. So check that out. We made some new fans of Mega Ran. So check that out. Listen to Mega Ran because he's awesome. He's a cool dude and he's awesome to hang out with. But that's it. The show is Hallyujuku, kpoppodcast.com, youtube.com/rebelliontv, all the things, follow the things, iTunes.
Oh yeah, definitely go to the Rebellion TV YouTube. Like there's more content being posted by the day.
Yes. twitch.tv/rebelliontv. I'm actually going to start streaming more often. Sometimes Hearthstone, sometimes random games on Steam that catch my attention. Like I just did I Am Bread, which is hilarious. I became toast, and then I gave up because I was just frustrated. But check that out, and I'll post highlights on YouTube. But that's it. iTunes, Stitcher, follow the things, subscribe to the things, share, like. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Why, I think you're crazy.
Fighting.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.